Never miss out on anything again with Effaflu-C Immune Booster.
Once considered rare luxury, these days air travel is the easiest way to trot the globe. Though flying is very convenient, it does come with a few concerns.
Every year, over 200,000 flights touch down at South African airports, carrying over 10 million passengers. But that's not all they carry. Airlines are formidable carriers of the common cold. A well-known study done many years ago showed how 70% of passengers on a 3-hour flight contracted the flu from a single sick passenger. A more recent study has shown that you and I are 100 times more likely to catch a common cold on a plane than we are in everyday life. Does it mean we shouldn't fly? Of course not. It just means we need to be more vigilant. Is this seat taken?
The reason we're more likely to catch a cold on a plane is simply due to the close quarters, the shared air, and the most likely culprits, extremely low cabin humidity. At these low levels of humidity, the natural defense system of mucus in our noses and throats dries up and is crippled.
Arguably, the best thing you can do to avoid an airline cold is to stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of fluid fortifies your natural immune system. Just don't drink it all at once. Regular sips are far better. And avoid coffee and tea and alcohol. Those are diuretics, which means they dehydrate you. The best thing you can do is to drink hot water. You'll naturally get hydrated, but the steam will also moisturize your mucosal linings. Cold and flu viruses can survive for hours on your skin and on surfaces like armrests and tray tables and remote controls. In fact, the biggest culprits of contracting colds and flu are your hands. So you want to avoid it? Keep them clean. Wash them regularly. As an added line of defense, I recommend you take some vitamins or immune fortifying supplements before you fly, and take a germ-killing mouthwash. It adds an extra layer of protection and moisturizes your throat at the same time. Just make sure it complies with the latest carry-on rules for liquids. It also would be worth your while to open your air vent, because that will give you a constant supply of fresh, filtered air. Finally, if you find yourself near to a cougher or a sneezer or someone who looks feverish, try to change seats. Might not always be possible on a full flight, but definitely worth a try. You see, a sneeze carries up to 30,000 virus-laden droplets that can spread 2 to 3 rows in either direction. You don't want that. So where should you sit on a plane? The general rule of thumb is that exit rows, aisle and window seats and seats near to the front are best. If you're on an overnight flight, you want to have a window seat so you can rest your head. If you're a nervous flyer, sit over the wings and experience less turbulence. Avoid these areas, flight attendant areas and restrooms, because they're noisy and experience a whole lot more traffic.
If you didn't get a window seat, try using a neck pillow. Chances are it'll prevent you from waking up drooling on your neighbor's shoulder.
And probably the most frequently asked question when it comes to flying is, how do I ensure a good night's rest in my seat, aside from flying first or business class, which is the exception rather than the rule? Your seat location plays the most vital role. A window seat will not only give you something to lean up against, but will mean people won't be clamoring over you every time they've got to go to the bathroom again and again. Don't limit legroom with excessive carry-ons. Avoid caffeine. Use your headphones with discretion, not to add noise, but to limit external noise. And stay away from the light. Flashing movie screens, reading lights, sunlight, all can disrupt your sleep. Get yourself a mask and tune out. And don't forget to ask your flight attendant not to disturb you. There's nothing worse than midway through a dream to hear, "Chicken or beef?"
It's also good to get up and take a walk periodically to minimize risk of DVT and keep the blood flow in your legs going.
Airports and aeroplane travel can be stressful, so it's always a good idea to arrive early with enough time to avoid unnecessary anxiety. Not too early though. Probably a good idea to wait for the crew to arrive first. Hello?
When flying a reputable airline like British Airways, be sure to raise any health concerns with the cabin crew early. They're trained in basic first aid and dedicated to keeping you comfortable.
Never miss out on anything again with Effaflu-C Immune Booster.